And in the series, John is taken away from his family as a child, around the age of 5. What about you?
Well, as for me, I disappeared on the beach in France, in Charente-Maritime, right in front of my parents when I was 4 years old. And there is actually quite a very remarkably strong similarity here. Because in the original video game, John is depicted happily playing on a peaceful, sunny beach directly alongside his parents.
And we find ourselves looking at that vivid image of young John playing happily on the sandy beach with his colorful buckets right by the edge of the sea, while massive ships fly through the clouds high overhead.
It's still very strange. I still get chills from it.
This is another striking coincidence for those who are familiar with the experiences and the personal life of Jean-Charles. If there are people watching this webinar who are here with us, who have never seen or heard Jean-Charles' story, maybe you could just give us a quick little recap about what happened at the beach.
Yes, I was playing on the beach with my bucket and my shovel. Here you have the bucket and the shovel. And I was right in front of my parents. And all of a sudden, when my mother looked up, but Jean-Charles, I had disappeared. And I was gone for more than an hour, Earth time. And so after an hour of intense searching with people, my parents and the lifeguards next to the beach, because the beaches are very big and vast in France, especially on the island of Oléron, well, I reappeared in the same spot as if by magic. After that, I started telling my parents very strange things, like how I was in a ship surrounded by beings of light. So it's really quite a lot to process. It's quite an incredible reference because here you see ships, you see the beach, you see the sand, you see the bucket, the shovel. There really is something very strange about it.
Yes, that is indeed correct. So let's continue exploring these strange coincidences. In both the television series and the original game, there is a brilliant, blonde, blue-eyed scientist named Catherine Alcé. And in the series, Alcé is looking for children with a specific genetic, physical, and mental profile. Perfect for the program called in the series Spartan 2. But Alcé quickly realized that John had that extra something. He is connected to the artifacts. John 1:17 has a rare genetic trait called the genes of the chosen one. Obviously, that's in the series. Let's continue. The key points about his special nature, about John's special nature, are that he possesses a specific genetic mutation that allows him to interface with the technology of the original creators of the arches, such as the halo rings. Now, for those who might not be familiar with what we mean when we say arche, well, they are essentially ships. So, when John happens to come into direct physical contact with mysterious artifacts like the halo or the keystones, which are massive ancient stone structures that John carefully places both of his hands upon to connect, he finds himself, among other things, transported to the famous halo, which is a colossal ring-shaped structure drifting within the vast galaxy.
An arc.
Which we can call an arc, exactly. His brain emits unique gamma wave signatures. Does that remind you of anything?
Yes, once again, as you know, this is all part of a remarkable series of coincidences. I am referring to the specific gamma waves that I have, which were measured and recorded by my good friend, Professor Dan Winter. So it's yet another reference to gamma waves, which precisely allow one to enter a different state and to be able to transport oneself to different places, which is exactly the case for Major John 117.
Exactly. So it's this biological compatibility that allows John to activate these objects, something almost no one else can do. For Halsey, the scientist with blonde hair and blue eyes, John represents the next stage of human evolution. His mission is considered vital because he is the only one capable of unlocking the secrets of the ancient technology, which could either save humanity or destroy it. In summary, he is not just a super soldier. Thanks to his muscles or his armor, he is literally a biological key to the most powerful weapon in the galaxy, which is the Arc, the Halo. So, Jean-Charles, do you want to add any important points to what I just summarized? Well, regarding the waves, gamma, can you talk a bit about the waves, gamma from John with the whistling at one point as a child?
Yes, that's it. When he was just a young child, at one specific point in time, he suddenly hears a very, very high-pitched and incredibly shrill ringing deep in his ears, and he actually follows the sound of that ringing and goes near his house. He falls into a sort of deep, dark hole. He goes further down, and in this hole, he actually discovers something absolutely mind-blowing and unexpected.
This is a massive stone cavern. The scale of the interior is truly immense.
Exactly. So there, he stumbles upon this hidden cavern here, which is really, really vast and absolutely massive. When he enters, he is called by the ringing, and that is exactly when he touches the stone, because there are drawings that are drawn on it, and he enters into direct communication with the halo, which is connected to the ark. At that moment, of course, it brings back memories of my own story when I was a child, when I had the opportunity to visit several different arks, especially those at Mount Fuji.